Hello Nakamas, welcome to this new video of One Piece today. I bring you my review analysis and some theories a little late about the latest events in the manga that occurred in chapter 1089. Undoubtedly, it's an extremely interesting chapter that could be very revealing for the overall story. This is definitely an important chapter, one in which we can theorize about various things and tie up some loose ends. So Nakama, stay until the end of the video to see all the theories I have for you, which are quite a few. Alright, let's get started. As we saw, the chapter begins in Fushao village, where we see Makino and her son talking with the mayor about what happened with Garp. Additionally, we witness the aftermath of the earthquake that occurred a day after the incident in Luffy. The sea level has risen approximately 1 meter, causing earthquakes and tsunamis in all 4 seas. We can even see some islands completely submerged, making it impossible for their inhabitants to continue living there. The places we see in these scenes are ones we've seen in the past, including Lobetown, Momwaro Island, where we see Ivankov, Water 7, Twin Capes with Labone, Impel Down, Mary Joyce, Wano with Momonosuke, the Marine headquarters with the new Marine Ford, the island where Shanks and Mihawk met, and Batarilla Ace's hometown in the South Blue. Now let's move on to Egghead Island. In the previous chapter, we saw the arrival of the Marines to the island, and we find out that the number of battleships and ships of different sizes that have arrived there far exceeds that of a booster call. From this we can get an idea of what's about to happen on the island. Furthermore, there are 9 vice admirals accompanying this group of Marines, including Doberman and Dahl. We also spot Kizaru on one of the Marine battleships. During lunchtime, we see Kizaru eating soup and talking to Sentomaru using the Din Din Mushi. We get some flashbacks of a young Sentomaru observing Vegapunk's research on Kizaru's fruit, which eventually led to the creation of the lasers used by pacifistas. It's quite ironic that Kizaru, who used to be studied by Vegapunk, is now in charge of dealing with the old scientist. Meanwhile, Saturn's meal is interrupted by Vice Admiral Doberman, who gives him a report on the situation on Egghead Island. We get a full picture of how the situation is unfolding there. Saturn orders the elimination of the island's researchers who had left the place and instructs them to ignore Bonnie's presence as she is of no use to them at that moment. The government receives a call from the futuristic inner island, and everyone is eager to hear what will be said during the call. York communicates with the Gorosei, expressing her displeasure at their presence there and arguing that if she had the intention of investigating the Void Century, she wouldn't have told them about. The Gorosei's response surprises her as they tell her she is just another Vegapunk clone, a reminder that the clone's characteristics originate from Vegapunk himself. The Gorosei's mention of Vegapunk being greedy for wanting to become a Tenryubito is a warning sign not to fully trust the old Vegapunk. The government informs York that her previous plans are no longer relevant, and they want her to help them replicate Mother Flame, the weapon that destroyed Lelougia. This is one of the most interesting aspects of the chapter, as York claims she can replicate it as long as she uses Egghead's power plant. Now more than ever I believe that Mother Flame could be a replication of an ancient weapon, perhaps the ancestral weapon Urano, or even the military power of the weapon Pluton. It was mentioned at some point that Pluton had the artillery and destructive power to annihilate an entire island, just like Mother Flame does, after striking a deal with the Gorosei. York asks to be rescued from Luffy and his crew, surprising everyone who was listening to the call. Luffy and the company have taken control of the situation on the island, capturing York and using her as a shield to escape from the world government. The final scene is truly epic, with all the crew members, including CP0 in the background, and Luffy holding a piece of meat. First, let me mention that all these eating scenes serve a purpose. I believe Oda wants us to see the food they eat in this chapter as a last grand dinner before the upcoming battle and major incident. The great incident that will change everything is about to happen. One of the things revealed is that the government won't be able to simply make a booster call on the island, as it is protected by the dome, and they need the laboratory for York to continue creating Mother Flame. Moreover, they probably no longer possess more Mother Flame weapons in their arsenal, which means they can't use it again on Egghead Island. Things are starting to favor Luffy and the company, but it won't be easy to get out of there unscathed. Undoubtedly, a spectacular incident is about to unfold. Remember, there won't be a manga chapter next week, so now that we're back on the channel, we'll be bringing some videos in the next few days, theorizing about different important points from this and the last few chapters. Nakamas, what did you think of everything seen in this chapter 1089. Leave all your impressions and theories in the comments of this video. Nakamas, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. That helps me a lot to keep growing, and activate the notification bell so that YouTube notifies you whenever I upload a new video. Otherwise, you won't be notified when I release my new videos. Thank you very much for all the support, and without further ado, until next time.